Yeah, I went there. And I know it bums you out, but we do have a test tomorrow. The good news is that it is our last test. So how are we going to survive? We're going to survive by studying our vocab. You can either study the 19 terms on your definitions paper, or you can study the terms through your bingo game and your crossword. How about that? It looks completely done. So, another big thing to study on your worksheets are the 4 basic characteristics all plants share, which may or may not be question 7 on the test. We also want to know the different plant groups. Non-vascular plants like mosses and liverworts, 6%. Seedless plants, a little over 4%. Non-flowering plants like ginkgos and pine trees. They have seeds but no flowers. Those are less than 1%. And then the big group, 90%, we didn't calculate, was flowering plants. Don't worry about the math. Just worry about knowing which group is biggest, the flowering plants. So, mosses and liverworts as pioneers come in, and their biggest role is to create soil by living and dying in places where no one else can live and die. Ferns have a lot of those funny parts. They have the rhizome, a bunch of stems that have kind of root-like growth sideways underground, and then they pop up in new places. The fronds are just a fancy name for the leaf, and then the fiddleheads are those curled up leaves. Horsetails, weird things. There are not many of them. They grow in strange places. They're actually poisonous to horses, and they have that gritty silica that was really useful when the pioneers would scrub pots with them. Seeds. We need to know the basic part of a seed, that it's full of food, that it has that baby plant that has 1 or 2 leaves, and that it has that seed coat. We need to know how the seeds get around. Are they eaten and pooped? Does the wind carry them? Do they stick to animals like burrs? We need to know how to tell monocots from dicots. Is it the flower petals? How many cotyledons they have? Their vascular tissue, is it bundled or scattered? Their veins and their leaves, are they parallel or branching? Xylem. We need to know that xylem is just water and minerals going up from the roots, and that phloem is sugar coming down from the leaves. If you look at question 27 and 28, we look at another difference between monocots and dicots. So dicots have these deep tap roots, and monocots have these fibrous spreading out roots. So that's your 5th difference. We also want to look at the parts of a flower. So we have sepals, the leaf-like protectors of buds, petals to attract pollinators, stamen, male part of a flower, and pistil, the female part of a flower. You may be tested on it exactly like this. That might be worth looking into. Perhaps defining the style or the stigma or the anther or the filament could be extra credit. So other things to compare. Again, xylem and phloem. Know that xylem is water and phloem is sugar. Xylem is up and phloem is down. We had our rhizoid. It's our root-like extension of moss and liverworts, which almost sounds exactly the same as our rhizome, which is technically stems underground of vascular seedless plants like ferns. Then we have our spongy layer and our palisade layer. So our spongy layer is called spongy layer because it's full of holes. It's full of stomata, the openings that let in carbon dioxide. And it's found on the bottom of the leaf. And the palisade layer is found on the top of the leaf, and it's packed full of chloroplasts because that's where the sun be shining. Remember that hard question. Shining on the top, that's where the palisade layer is. Gymnosperm. So gymnosperm means naked seed. So it has seeds, but it doesn't have a flower, nothing to put the seeds in. Whereas angiosperm means a vessel seed. Something's holding the seed. And so has seeds, but there are flowers that create fruits around the seed. And then we have, oh, this is just a joke. What kind of shoot do we need? We don't need the, dang shoot. No, not that shoot. No, that's a CH shoot. We don't, that's fun. It looks like a slide, but not that shoot. No, definitely not that shoot. Don't shoot. This is the shoot we're talking about. And a shoot simply means young growth, whether it's directly from a seed growing up or from the spring from a perennial plant that was underground and grew up again from where it had previously died off, or new stems and flowers growing on a woody plant. The new parts are called shoots. So I hope this helps. I hope you study. I hope you picked up on some major hints.